Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FPV Sim Chaos. Now, a few guys have asked regarding settings and stuff like that in Uncrashed and the settings of the quads, because the quads, by standard, don't feel very good. They kind of feel shit. They feel very floaty. It's nothing like a real quad. So I've done a little bit of quite some tweaking and settings and testings and blah 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 over the last few months while playing Sims, and I think I've gotten it pretty much down to be very close to what it is in real life. It will obviously never be the same, but it is close enough for me to actually be able to fly and kind of translate into real life. I don't think Uncrashed is the best sim out there. I do think there are better sims regarding real life kind of sim to IRL transitions, but that's neither here nor there because we're using Uncrashed for now for these challenges because most of the people in the community have got Uncrashed, or well, everybody's got Uncrashed. So we are going to head on over to Uncrashed over here. We're going to go to drone settings, and I have got 3 drones set up that I fly with. Now, you don't have to actually go and enter all of these things because I've made it a little bit easier, and I've uploaded my 3 drones onto the Steam Workshop. You go to the Steam Workshop, you type in Chaos over there, and the 3 quads will pop up. Now, there are 3 versions. There's the 2 VX35 Voladors, which is my 3.5 inch quad that I fly. It's my favorite quad. There's a 4S and a 6S version. And then there is also the TBS Source 1 5-inch drone that I've got. I will build more as I get more drones IRL, but that's the only thing that I had to compare with, and the only thing that I could compare with to the quad and kind of try and relate it from real life to what's names. But if you guys do want to enter your own stuff, this is the 4S version of the 3.5 inch Volador. These are all of the specs. The pit behavior I've got on perfect. The prop wash I've got on low. You can go a little bit higher on prop wash if your quad has got more prop wash. This would depend on how you fly and how your quad is tuned. My 3.5 inch is tuned pretty well now, so I've got very little prop wash on it. So low, I do still get a little bit of prop wash in the game, but that's kind of the point because you want to make it kind of seem like real life. But with that being said, I would rather fly a quad that flies a little bit worse in the sim than my quad flies in real life, because if it's worse in the sim, it's a lot easier to fly IRL. So it translates a little bit better into real life flying. The gravity I've bumped up to 10.5. It might feel a little bit heavier than your real quad in real life, but it does translate a little bit better to real life for me personally, because I'd rather have a quad that's a little bit more floaty in real life than all of a sudden having a quad that feels heavier in real life. Because if you do an invert and all of a sudden the quad's coming down to the ground like a 10-ton cinder block, you're going to get a fright and you're going to probably crash. Whereas if you're going invert and go, oh shit, I've got a lot more hang time, you've got a lot more time for correction. So I've got the gravity bumped up all the way to 10.5. I had it at 10.8 at some point in time, but that felt a little bit too heavy. So 10.5 I feel like is kind of like a very good middle ground. This is all of the 4S specs. We're going to go over to the 6S specs, and that is what the 6S version of the quad looks like. The main difference here is just the kV of the motors, the battery cells, and then the drone weight. So that's kind of like the big difference over there. And then we've got the TBS Source 1 6S, which is a 5-inch. That is what this looks like. So you can copy this over, or you can just go to the workshop, save the drones, and kind of tweak them a little bit from there. It might be a good starting point for you. I'm not saying that this is good, or well, this is the perfect setup, but it might be a good starting point for you. But yeah, this is kind of what I've got going over here. Yeah, so that's pretty much the setups. So I hope this works for you guys. I hope you enjoy these quads. If you do want to fly ranked, you're going to have to get used to flying with the ranked quad. I will make a few videos on that I'll make a video comparing our quads, or well, my quads, my workshop quads, to the ranked quad. In my opinion, the ranked quad is absolutely dog shit. Unless you really want to be on the rankings, then you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to get used to it. I would recommend starting out at like a 20-degree camera angle and going through the races very slowly until you get used to the quad. Start at 20, go up to 25, 35, until you can get to flying the thing full tilt. But that quad is a little bit bonkers. It's very floaty. It's not a very fun quad to fly, but if you want to do ranked or multiplayer, you're going to have to get used to it. So, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll catch you at the end of the week for video submissions. Enjoy. Cheers.